Okay, I believe our Deputy Prime Minister should be on the call. Can you please confirm, Minister, if you are here?
Yes, indeed. Good afternoon. Yes, indeed, I am on the call.
Thank you, Minister. Mr. Connor, are we clear to start?
Yes, Giselle, we are clear to begin.
All right, good afternoon, all. I will now establish protocol. Deputy Prime Minister, Ministers DeWeaver and Arion. It's kind of hard to keep track of who all is in the call, so I'm just going to go according to my list. Director of the NRPB, Mr. Claret Connor. Representative of the Netherlands, Mr. Robert Jan de Wilder. Mr. Downs and Mr. Gomes of the Windward Island Bank and Credits. Representatives from our other financial institutions and business organizations joining us on the call. Members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Giselle York, and I am the Communications Officer here at the NRPB, and I will be the Mistress of Ceremonies for today's event. I would now like to establish a few house rules. I kindly ask that your microphones remain muted if you are not speaking. I ask that I want to inform you that the meeting will be recorded, and we do have a question and answer session for the members of the media at the end. With that, I would like to hand the floor over to the Director of the NRPB, Mr. Claret Connor.
Thank you, Giselle, and good afternoon to everyone. In particular, good afternoon to our honorable members of the government, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance and Minister of TIAT. We are extremely happy to have you here together with us this afternoon. And obviously, congratulations to all on reaching this milestone. Congratulations is extended especially to the NRPB team, the ESP team, Elozona, Dwight, Anissa, and Julissa. Also to my management team, in particular, Abel Knatnatus and Joan May, and Jakira for assisting in bringing this project to this this point. I would also like to thank the Central Bank, the Chamber of Commerce, Windward Island Bank, Credits, and the Social Economic Council for participating in this process with us. Obviously, we will be soon welcoming other financial institutions to help us build a stronger and resilient St. Martin. What I would like to say this afternoon in this opening ceremony is that this project is designed to help St. Martin develop its micro, small, and medium enterprise sector through important aspects and other components. Initially, this afternoon, we are launching the project in terms of it with the financial institutions that will be handling the lending of funds and the managing of the funds to the various SMEs. But there are other important elements to this as well, and that is in particular providing training to the SMEs and the financial institutions to help us build a strong and resilient economy and an economy that will be able to withstand future shocks. In addition to the trainings and everything else that is included in this, we also look forward to providing this enhance, improve resilience to as a strong foundation for the economy of this country. And as such, we therefore look forward to the support from the Ministry of Economic Affairs, the Ministry of Finance, and other organizations such as the Chamber, as mentioned, and the Social Economic Council to foster a strong and cohesive collaboration. In the spirit of private and public partnerships, together we will all provide support to successfully execute this mission. The SMEs and St. Martin should be proud of this event today, and we look forward to everyone um, making their contribution as we engage in executing this project. Mistress of Ceremony, I thank you for the time, and I turn the floor back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. Earlier, I welcomed Mr. Gums of Credits. I'd also like to acknowledge Mr. Elwin Groeneveld, the Director of Credits. Welcome, sir, and to anyone else I might have missed, my apologies. I would now like to give the floor to our Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Egbert Duran, to give some introductory remarks. Minister?
Thank you. Honorable colleague ministers, director and staff of the NRPB, Mr. Downs, representatives of Credits, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to this virtual launch of the Enterprise Support Project. Entrepreneurs are risk takers, willing to roll out the dice with their money and reputation on the line in the support of an idea or an enterprise. They are willing to assume responsibility for success or failure of a venture and are answerable for first of all the facts. Victor Kiam. After Hurricanes Irma and Maria, people of St. Martin showed and continue to show their resilience and dedication in rebuilding this country in every sense of the word. Though we've rebuilt much of what was destroyed, there's still a lot to be done. In an effort to assist the government of St. Martin, the St. Martin Trust Fund was established in 2018, April of 2018, through an administrative arrangement between the government of the Netherlands and the World Bank. All projects financed by the St. Martin Trust Fund are approved by the Council of Ministers and proposed to the Steering Committee of the Trust Fund. The Enterprise Support Project is the fifth project of the implementation phase. As is the case in every Trust Fund project, all decisions of the Steering Committee require a full consensus amongst the three members. The government truly believes in executing the projects that were already in preparation phase when we took office in March of 2020. According to the IMF, the financial inclusion has recently been increasingly recognized by policymakers around the world. Small and medium-sized enterprise, financial inclusion in particular, as in the core of the economic diversification and the growth of the challenges of many countries, of which St. Martin is no different. After lobbying back and forth, the Steering Committee approved the project with an envelope of $35 million available for the next 4 years. It was announced in a public meeting of Parliament that the project was effective of May 5th, 2020, and met the disbursement conditions. As the micro, small, and medium enterprise, affectionately known as the MSMEs, were amongst the group that were negatively affected both by Hurricane Irma and Maria, and now with this latest COVID-19 pandemic. Shortly after the parliamentary meeting, the staff of the NRPB provided the Council of Ministers with an elaborate presentation on the Enterprise Support Project. We were given the opportunity to ask the questions and answers were provided, for which I would like to express my gratitude as well. This shows the dedication and transparency required to execute objectives of the project, which is to support the recovery of the MSMEs through the direct financial inclusion. Improving the MSMEs' financial inclusion can help increase the economic growth, job creation, and the effectiveness of the fiscal and monetary policy, and could also contribute to financial stability. To the Social Economic Council, the SER, I look forward to the future collaborations with the NRPB to help expound on past advices and reports to provide a better access for funding for the MSMEs. In closing, I'd like to say congratulations to the micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs on the island. Congratulations to the director and staff of the NRPB for a job well done. Though this is just the beginning of the project, I would also like to thank Mr. Gums and his team at Credits and Mr. Groeneveld, and as being the first financial institution to join the enterprise to support of this project. I personally see success at the end of this venture for the people of St. Martin, and for that, I say thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Duran, for your kind introductory remarks. Next on the agenda, we have the signing ceremony. Had this been a live session, this is the time when we would have invited all of the member organizations to join us at a table. There would have been a nice picture taking moment. However, due to COVID-19, we have to make do with this virtual session. What we have prepared is a very short slideshow. We've asked the financial institutions, they have signed the subsidiary agreements beforehand. We took a few pictures for which we give our thanks. So we will show a very short slideshow of that, and then we will invite a representative of each institution. For credits, I'm not sure if it would be Mr. Groeneveld or Mr. Gomes. Then we will move on to the Windward Island Bank with Mr. Downs. And the central bank should also have a representative on the call. We will then move to them if they are here. So Anissa, if you are ready, we can proceed with trying to show the slideshow. Thank you. Thank you. That was it. You can release your screen, Anissa. Thank you. That was just a very short slideshow. The last two slides showed when the project was first, when the grant agreement for the project was first signed in Washington, D.C. I believe that was back in March. So with that, I invite Mr. Groeneveld of Credits to give some remarks.
Thank you very much, dear Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Mr. Kaller, and NRPB team. I'm actually attending this meeting of the top of the mountains in Switzerland, as I'm on holiday leave now. But this project is so important to me that I'm grateful to attend on this in this way. So, and from here. So thank you very much for that. A few weeks ago, I was on Sint Maarten with my colleagues of Credits Sint Maarten, and we already visited the NRPB team of the Enterprise Support Project. And we even did a formal signing session, and you saw the pictures already. And we already sent in 4 applications. So we were the first financial institution who joined, and hopefully the first applications will be approved soon. Credits on Sint Maarten actually started its activities a couple of days before the Hurricane Irma. And when we now look back, this was actually a perfect timing because we could immediately help small entrepreneurs with the recovery. We received a grant from the ministry in Holland to provide soft loans up to $25,000 with only 2% interest. And more than 100 entrepreneurs were supported in that way. And when this program stopped, we pushed a lot to the World Bank to move forward with the program. And to be honest, this took too much time. But we are now even more grateful that we are now about to start and launch this program because all small entrepreneurs on Sint Maarten needs it, especially in this COVID timeframe. So we are looking forward to work together with Elozona and his team, and I have only a great wish. I really hope that all entrepreneurs who started proactively last year to invest and recover their businesses will also benefit from this program and will not be punished for their proactivity, because these are the real entrepreneurs on Sint Maarten. So I wish you all a very good start with this enterprise support project, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Groeneveld. Mr. Downs, you now have the floor.
Good afternoon to everyone. Protocol has already been established. We at the Windward Islands Bank, we're very pleased to participate in this program. As one of the major financial institutions on the island, we have indeed in the past been supporting small businesses, and we no doubt found that this program was a good program. As my colleague just mentioned, it took a little time in getting up and running, but it is better late than never. And we are grateful and glad that the entrepreneurs of the island will be able to benefit from this program. The economy really needs an injection at this point in time. And maybe it's a good thing that it was delayed, because this is a time that the country really needs some sort of financial injection and things happening to keep our economy going. I had a lot of interaction with the NRPB team over the last couple of years or so, and we had very good discussions back and forth, and we were able to come to a solid agreement as to, you know, what the expectations are. And I trust as we go through the project that it would indeed be successful. And I look forward to working with the NRPB team as we execute this project on the island at this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Downs. I am not sure who is on the call that is representing the central bank. My apologies. If there is someone on the call, you have the floor.
Good day, Mrs. York. This is Raquel Ofawong, Director of the Central Bank in St. Martin. On behalf of the central bank, first, let me rewind. With protocol having been established, let me congratulate the NRPB and the team, and I would say the entire business community of St. Martin with reaching this milestone. As been mentioned before, it was a program that took a lot of time in reaching to the stage that we are in. We, from our end, have participated in providing feedback and in working with information obtained from the financial institutions, or helping the NRPB providing information on the financial institutions as much as is publicly available. Let me put that disclaimer in. And also in working, and that is also one of the stages that we will do, is assisting with capacity building for this project. So once again, congratulations. We are here to assist. We will continue to assist, and we are available in any ways and means as needed. So much success, and we look forward to a successful implementation of this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for participating in our virtual signing ceremony. Unfortunately, with these times, I can't say that I look forward to the day when all three institutions will be together and we can recreate this session and take some formal pictures. Who knows when that may be, but nevertheless, thank you. As mentioned today, this project is brought to us by the Trust Fund, and we all know that the Trust Fund would not be possible without the support or the monies from the Netherlands. So with that, in representing the Netherlands, I would like to give a few minutes to Mr. Robert Jan de Wilder, who is joining us as a representative of the Netherlands. Mr. de Wilder, you have the microphone.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister and other ministers. Good afternoon, Director of the NRPB, staff and other guests. I'm very happy that today is the launch of the Enterprise Support Project. The people of St. Martin, and in particular the private sector, will benefit from this long-awaited project. Most of the projects within the Trust Fund are focused on reconstruction of the infrastructure. It, of course, also is very important. But I'm very pleased to see that the private sector will have the opportunity to recover more directly via the Trust Fund as well. Micro, small and medium-sized enterprises play a crucial role in the economy of St. Martin, and recovery of the economy is even more urgent now in times of the COVID-19 virus. From our perspective, it's important the economy of St. Martin will recover and will be more resilient to future disasters. And I hope to see the first tangible results of the projects, and that it will bring positive energy to the island. So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to meet some entrepreneurs who in the near future will contribute to this recovery of St. Martin. And good luck with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. de Wilder. Would you mind muting your microphone, please? Thank you, sir. Okay, great. The next speaker on the list, we're progressing really quickly through our program. The next speaker on the list I will pass the floor to will be our Honorable Minister of Finance. And I do have to say, from the time he took office, the minister was very interested, very involved in this project. He took a keen interest. He offered a lot of great insight and has been a great help to get into the project to where it is. So thank you in advance, Minister, and I pass the floor over to you.
Thank you, Jakira. Good afternoon to all. First, I'd like to say everything happens for a reason. Even though I was a bit frustrated in the past with the delays, I think all of us were, for whatever reasons, I believe this program could not have come or started at a better time. I believe that small to medium enterprises are truly the lifeblood of modern economies, and the direction where I personally would like to see St. Martin go. This is a sector where I believe is the main engine, or have the entities that are the main engines behind our economy, and have been hit probably the hardest since this pandemic. In the past, I've heard many complaints when it came to finding financing or obtaining credit for SMEs, and I think this is a great opportunity for them now.
Oops, I am not sure what happened. I think the minister might have accidentally left the meeting. If he joins us again, I will ask. Oh, you're here? Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Minister.
Yes, I was saying that I've heard in the past complaints for SMEs when they came to obtain credit or financing. So I think it's a great opportunity for them. I know you, and I know the NRPB, so I'm excited to see the marketing campaign behind this. I think we need to give it a great and hard push. I personally know that I'm somewhat attached to this project. I really don't want to hear a year from now, oh no, we only have 10 SMEs or 10 businesses signed up. We know the problems of the past. Let's ensure that we give the SMEs the guidance that they need. Let's start. I know Credits has an in-house team that looks at business plans and so forth. If we need to look at these components outside of the program, let's not wait 3 or 6 months down the line. Let's look at these things in advance. I don't want to be the minister that is blaming SMEs for not being ready. We know certain things are ready. Let's find ways already in advance to be able to tackle these situations. In the past and even recently, the Netherlands has mentioned that we don't have enough capacity to get things done on the island. I can't agree with that, because this last year, in December, I believe, when Mr. Connor and I were going to Washington, that was the time that I offered my support. I told them I will do whatever it takes to find individuals to help you on any team, but especially this project, because it's something I really believe in. And I think we've proven that we could find persons on the island to get these projects off the board. I also had a conversation with Mr. Gums of Credit recently, and it was just a conversation with a lot of excitement, especially for startups. I think this is an opportunity again for us to take this pandemic and steer businesses in a direction which pushes the island forward. Innovative businesses that probably wouldn't be able to get credit or financing without having a certain amount of collateral and so forth. But because of this opportunity, we could potentially see new businesses come to the island that would push our economy in the direction we want to go. So I want to say I'm excited, and I want to congratulate all the SMEs, NRPB, government, and all the partners involved.
Thank you so much, Minister Ariane, and I will definitely be taking you up on your offer for a joint marketing campaign. I will be contacting your cabinet, and along with the help of DCOM, we will make sure that no MSME on the island can say that they have not heard about this project. So thank you for that, Minister. We will now move on. The World Bank, unfortunately, their representative could not join us, but they did send ahead a video. We're going to play that now, and the video is going to be from Miss Michelle Keane, and she is the program manager for the St. Martin Trust Fund from the side of the World Bank. So once again, Anissa, let's see if we can get the video played.
Anissa, can you unmute, please?
The volume.
Okay, this does not appear to be working. The internet does not appear to be working with us. So rather than us waste valuable minutes trying to get it to work, we will forward the video to all of the participants so that you can hear the words of Miss Keene. Our apologies that video did not work, but I am sure I've heard the video earlier today. She sent along her best wishes. She recommitted the World Bank's, I can't think of the words, but that the World Bank is committed to helping us get this project through as quickly and as swiftly as possible. And she also highlighted how this would be of great help to MSMEs on the islands. We move forward now, and we have moved through all of our remarks for the day. So we now have our question and answer segment. We do have a few members of the media on the call. So what I will do is, I believe I only saw 3 online. We will allow them to pose any questions that they have to any of the speakers that have previously spoken, and we're going to do that for just a few moments. So I saw Mr. Steven Cerillion of PJD2 Radio on the line. If you have a question, you now have the floor.
Good afternoon to all. Can one please give me a step-by-step as to how one can at least be qualified for such a program?
I think the best person to answer that question might actually be the project manager, Mr. Elizona Ochoa, or if he wants to throw it over to another member of his team, I invite one of them to answer the question of Mr. Cerillion.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Elizona Ochoa, the project manager of the Enterprise Support Project. Sorry, I didn't get the last part of your question. Could you repeat that, please?
Can you give us a step-by-step as to how one can be qualified for such a program?
Yeah, the eligibility criteria are also published on our website. We look at the average turnover in the last year or the last 2 years to define whether the enterprise is an MSME or a larger organization. Then we also look at the environmental and social safeguards. This is something we will help the MSMEs fill out a form, and then together with the participating financial institutions, they will do a credit review, make sure there is a positive outlook and the enterprise is financiable, and then we can provide loans and grants in this project.
Mr. Cerillion, do you have a follow-up question?
I noticed that you have credits and WIB, the only 2 financial institutions on call today. Are there other banking institutions also involved with that project?
Giselle, is that for me?
Sure, please.
Okay. Yeah, so we have reached out to all the financial institutions on island, and we are very happy that we have reached an agreement with both WIB and credits serving the entire market. We are very close in negotiations with other financial institutions, and we in fact welcome all financial institutions to deliver this project. And once we have reached new agreements, we will of course publish this and share this with the public.
Thank you, Mr. Cerillion. Mr. Dimitri Whitfield of the Daily Herald, I believe you're on the call. If you have a question, you may pose it now. Mr. Whitfield, your mic may be muted. Okay, it appears he's not on the call. We will take note of his questions and maybe have a follow-up if that is need be. I believe I also saw someone from SMN News or St. Martin News on the call. No, if there are any other journalists that have questions, even Mr. Silverlian, if you have some more questions, you may pose your question now.
I have a final question. What sort of an interest has there been for the program overall?
Elzona?
Yes, so we've reached out to various organizations, from small businesses to larger businesses to various organizations to represent the business in St. Maarten. We believe there will be quite a big interest, but as always, the proof of the pudding will be in the eating. So this we will see in the coming weeks and months.
Thank you.
Dimitri, I wanted to give you one final opportunity, and anyone else will leave the floor open for about 10 more seconds. Okay, does any of our other guests have any questions that they want to pose? Many of you have received this presentation already, but since we're all here and we're a little bit advanced in our schedule, does anyone else have any questions before we move on to the vote of thanks? Great, it looks like we're all up to speed. Oh, Mr. Groeneveld, I see that you want to say something?
Yes, I want to add something which is probably important for all the SMEs on the island, that you have to apply for this program. And Elozona, please correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to apply with a financial institution. So if you are ready to with your applications, then please apply with WIB of credits right now. And I think this is an important message for all entrepreneurs on the island to know.
Great, thank you so much, Mr. Groeneveld. It looks like everyone else is up to speed. I am excited. Dimitri has indicated that he's having some technical difficulties, so he will forward his questions and we will let the relevant person answer those. So with that, I would like to pass the floor back to Elozona, who will deliver our vote of thanks.
Thank you for that, Giselle. Yeah, with many thanks to the preparatory work of the World Bank and the government, this project team started during the lockdown. I'm very disappointed that we can't have a physical launch, but this virtual environment is something that we unfortunately have gotten used to in the past months. We've reached out to most financial institutions, as mentioned before, and now we're very excited to have both WIB and Credits as a bank and a social lender on board to deliver this project. I'm very pleased also of the work that this team has done together with so many stakeholders, from business owners to various branches of government, from banks to the Council of Ministers. We very much appreciated the frank interactions with you. These discussions and your questions and suggestions have helped shape the design of the project. I very much acknowledge the work done, but today and with this launch, we go into a new phase of the project. The time is now to deliver this much needed support for MSMEs, and we trust we have your continued support to do so. With this, many thanks, and I give the floor back to Giselle.
Thank you, Elozona. As we move towards the close of our project, I would like to let those in attendance know this is not really for you, but just so that you have the information. Next week, we will be conducting 2 information sessions for MSMEs where they can join in. They will be given the presentation. They will be given all of the information that they would need to begin to apply. They will meet some of the stakeholders, some of the project management team, and I believe, I don't want to speak out of turn, but there should be representatives of both Credits and WIB and other institutions present. That will be next Monday, August 17th from 4 to 5:30, and then Wednesday, the 19th from 6 to 7:30. And just like today, it will be a virtual session. We plan to put out some information in the newspapers and on social media, so please look out for that. Please share that as well when you see that. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everyone for their participation and their attendance today. It is truly appreciated that you took some time out of your afternoon to join us in this little celebratory moment. That does not mean that that the work is finished. By far, we are just starting. As so many of you have expressed your excitement and your anticipation for this, we look forward to continuing this partnership for the long haul. This is just the beginning, and the winners will be the country of St. Martin and our micro, small, and medium enterprises. With that, I wish you a pleasant afternoon. Thank you all. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.